What up, friends? Welcome back to another edition of The Drive presented by Odds Checker. With me, as always, is my guy Andy Lack at ADP Lack on Twitter. Well, it's the morning after the PGA Championship. Not the boldest call in the world, but it's the winner, and we give him credit, and it's more than I was able to come home with. And I know Andy was happy. He made his call, and he took a lot of crap from Bryson people, and he gave some crap back. I don't think Andy was picking on us Bryson folk who got in on
No,
18 or 16. But by the time Bryson got to 8 or 9 when we recorded last week, Andy's like, what's going on here, people? You need to bet Scotty Scheffler for just a couple less points. And boy, oh boy, it was a masterclass on Saturday. I was doing a live spaces for Odds Checker, Andy, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. Half hour only. When we went on, Scotty, minus 110. When we went off, Scotty, minus 350. It was just masterclass understatement. The floor is yours. Congratulations, Andy. And the PGA Tour, I guess Rory, Scotty, our major champions, couldn't ask for more, but it is you, sir, who had the winning ticket.
yeah, it was it got a little tight there at the end. I gotta say, man, it was as much as I was sweating it, it was good to have Rom back in the competitive golf space. I had missed him. I forgot how dangerous he was when he gets going and he gets that look in his eyes. And I think we'll be hearing from him shortly again at Oakmont in a couple weeks from now. But yeah, it was a week that my wallet desperately needed. In daily fantasy as well. Quail Hollow kind of just was what we thought it was, Geoff. It wasn't it was a fairly straightforward handicap. I was able to use a lot of the data that I use every single year when we play the Wells Fargo here. And hopefully I could use that data again this week at Colonial because it's another standard PGA Tour golf course that we have a lot of familiarity with.
So we are back. We're back at it. No rest for us. Week after a major Charles Schwab challenge from Colonial. No secrets about what's required at Colonial for us golf bettors. And look who's here again.
Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler plus 250 as I freshen up my odds checker grid. And while I will not be betting it, Scotty Scheffler, I think, is winning this week, people.
Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler had the most impressive win. The most impressive win Scotty Scheffler, in my opinion, had last year, Andy, was when he's able to win an elevated event the week after the Masters.
Right.
He went to Heritage and he won that thing at a course that in some ways neutralized a lot of the field into a smaller pocket. A lot of skill sets can work at Heritage. It was for the 7 wins, other than the Masters, obviously the most impressive thing he did. And now he's coming off another major championship victory. We're still in the state. We're back in Texas for him. He's going to win. He's going to win. Now, I'm going to responsibly have some fun down the board with you guys over the next couple minutes. But Scotty Scheffler isn't his B minus game will win this tournament.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to disagree with you there. I think as far as Scheffler courses go on the PGA Tour, there are a lot of reasons why Colonial should be exactly right up his alley from an architectural standpoint outside of just the geography. Um, are you betting the without Scotty market this week?
I mean, maybe I should. I haven't yet though. I've made a couple bets. They were pretty much before the Scotty without markets were developed. I would probably rather just maybe make a top 5 bet to go along with my outrights as opposed to betting Scotty without Scotty, to be honest.
Fair enough. I went down that road. I actually didn't think that the numbers in the without Scotty market were like demonstrably worse than the numbers I would have been able to get if I was just shopping around regularly. So I don't feel great about it. It's certainly a lot less fun, but I'm not stepping in front of him this week.
Okay, well, the shortest bet that I made taking on Scotty Scheffler, I believe, is 45 to 1.
Okay.
Um, and
I've only made 2 bets.
we'll get there, but hit us up. Like, who are the without Scotty Scheffler?
Burger, of course.
What are the number?
I got 20
That's
without
pretty good.
Scheffler.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Was that over at FanDuel? Where was that?
Yeah, FanDuel. I mean, if it was with Scheffler, I would have bet a 25, maybe gotten a 27 on bet 365, but whatever. I'll take the 20 and run. I just think this is a perfect golf course for him. He's won here before. He's played well at all these other short positional golf courses that test accuracy. He's been one of the best iron players on the PGA Tour this year. He's hitting his irons phenomenally well. Give me Daniel Berger 20-1 without Scotty
So
Scheffler.
it's as we're speaking now, it's 18-1, which I'd condone probably. Berger is my favorite player in this like top part of the board. So we're on the same wavelength there. It's a bet I haven't made because fact of the matter is I don't know if I want to waste any money at this part of the board picking on Scotty Scheffler. But Andy, you have found a way, and maybe that makes sense. And I believe we are going to have like an EVR CJ Cup scenario where
Fair
someone's
enough.
going to be in
Yeah.
second place, have played great. The people who bet him are just going to be bewildered that they just lost by a touchdown, though.
Yeah, yeah, could be, could be. My second guy is Aaron Rye, 35-1. I'd imagine that's a fairly popular bet as well, based on the golf course bet. I mean, you're just getting one of the most accurate drivers of the ball in the field in excellent approach form. He was fourth at the PGA Championship last week in approach, and I'm hoping he can carry that momentum this week to Texas.
So I said the earliest bet I made was 45-1, and that is Aaron Rye in the with Scotty Scheffler market. He just seemed like it stuck out to me, seemed pretty fair, even with Scotty. And you might be onto something, Andy, because Rye's number on the without
Okay.
Scotty, I'm seeing it 25 now. So I'm
Yeah,
actually pretty
he's
jealous
getting
of that
better.
move.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have made it. So Berger and Rye, I do like both of those. I do like both of those suggestions. Mav McNeely, if I want to trust the iron play, maybe Harris English. I think is going to be super popular for obvious reasons. Just a beautiful 6 under Sunday at Quail Hollow. In my opinion, he might be the most popular bet we will see this week. So that's it for Andy. Are you going to make any are you planning to get back in that
Yeah,
market or otherwise?
I probably a little bit farther down the board. I mean, I don't know. I may take a look.
It's a very
Yeah,
inspiring event. And guess what, golf fans? I don't need to tell you this, but we're pretty much in for a great month. We have Colonial this week. We're at to the Memorial Jack's Place next week. We're coming to my backyard up here in Canada the week after that. US Open at Oakmont, which is just a dream. And then regrettably, but another great field, we're going to have the Travelers. So stay with us all month here on the drive. I'll finish up here by giving the bets that I have made because they are against Scotty Scheffler. And when I say these players' names, it's scary to think that they could beat Scotty Scheffler. I've bet Harry Hall, Andy, 75-1 this week. I'm excited to see the look in your face. Yeah, of course. 19th at the PGA, 33 at the CJ Cup. It's just that ability to spike putt. I think Colonial could play to his strengths. He was the year Grillo won. He was in the lead. Feel like he's a
lost in
mid.
a playoff.
Yeah, I feel like he's a bit more of I don't want to say established, but he's gotten a PGA Tour win. He's probably more comfortable in his skin on the PGA Tour, and he comes back to a place that he's had great success. So Harry Hall for me, Ryan Gerard, 80-1. Another bet I've made, another name that kind of throw up in my mouth a little, thinking like, how is this guy going to beat Scotty Scheffler? But I trust that he can truly spike with those approaches. He has shown it before. And the final bet that I have made, Andy, Rio Hitsitsune,
Yeah.
125-1. I watch a lot of golf on TV, week in, week out. I continue to be impressed by this guy. I will probably put placements beside it just because I'm scared of Scotty, but I do believe there could be money in Hitsitsune this week, who can just be absolutely lights out with that approach play. He is he's a young gun that has really caught my eye. If this was like some American from Texas, he'd be 60-1 this week.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I'm looking at his Etsune as well. Obviously, he had a pretty good start to his PGA Championship at Quail Hollow, faded a little bit over the weekend. He's played well at the Valspar before. That's a golf course I'm looking at that asks a very similar set of questions. He's got kind of the accuracy off the tee approach combination that I'm looking for. So definitely have some interest in his Etsune as well.
So those are the four bets that I've made. Andy has given you his two. Sometimes the week after a major, sort of wish Scotty Scheffler wasn't here. But it is crazy
Yeah.
to some of these guys what their odds would be. Maybe the without market is finally time. We got a lot of weeks before Scotty found himself this year, Andy. I was able to
Sure
clip
did.
I was able to clip four winners. He hadn't found it yet. I think it might be time to acknowledge what's probably about to happen this summer and prudently maybe start to look to these markets where you can swerve around Scotty. Is it demoralizing? Sure, where they're like demeaning adjectives people can use when you post cards without Scotty market. Yeah, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid you've done it this week. This might be the last week I don't play the
Yeah.
without Scotty markets.
A win's a win. So yeah, we'll see. It should be nice and firm and windy this week. Excited for the golf course more than I was last week.
And there's like no one you would trust at this moment. Like you clearly woke up this morning, even Berger, who's like third or fourth on the tout. Like you don't even care. There's just
No,
no messing with Scotty.
no, he's in a different. No, no, not close.
Yeah, it's like
I didn't
do
give
you
it
know
much.
what this is? This field is essentially that it's a replication of that Twitter debate, one gorilla versus 100 men, except it's
Yeah.
one gorilla versus like 150 men. That's what the Charles Schwab challenge is this week, friends. For Andy, I'm Geoff. We'll be back next week here for our friends at Odds Checker. And not all odds are created equal. If you are not comparing, you could be leaving money on the table. Odds Checker is your one-stop shop for odds comparison, data-driven analysis across all major sports. They do the research. You can bet smarter and win bigger. Visit oddschecker.com today and get in on the action. Golf, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, baseball action. I'm always using those grids over at Odds Checker. You should be too. We'll be back next week. Jack's Place, Memorial, probably
Love it.
another Scotty win. We're out.